right, boys and girls, we've been talking a lot about plants and living things and what they need. So today I'm going to read this book called Observing Plants. Just by looking at the cover, we can tell that this book is probably a nonfiction book. I see photographs of outdoors. I see some plants with some leaves, some flowers, some leaves right down on the ground. And if we look in the back, we have some trees. We're going to check out the back. Okay, we don't really see anything that's going to help us on the back. So now let's get started. Observing plants. I'm just going to do a quick little walkthrough. I'm going to see what I see. Absolutely. Now I know for sure that this is a nonfiction book because I see headings, I see bolded words, a photograph with a caption, and we know that these are all different types of nonfiction text features. So I'm just going to look through air and light, parts of a plant. I see a diagram right here. Remember, boys and girls, a diagram is something that is broken down and it tells all the different parts of something or the pieces that make it up. Over here we see a label talking about this photograph here. Stems and leaves. Other parts of a plant, and summary, and a glossary. We know that we can find the different meanings of words in our glossary. And this even tells us the pages. So it's kind of like an index and a glossary in one. It tells us the pages it talks about flowers, and the pages it talks about fruits. So I can't wait to read this book and learn all about the parts of plants and different things we need to know. So observing plants. What plants need? What do plants need? Plants need air. They need water. They need light. They also need nutrients. The word nutrients is bold, so that's probably a word that I need to know. And if I'm not sure, where can I look to figure that out? All right, I think you guys are thinking the glossary, so I'm going to look here. Nutrients are minerals in the soil that plants need to grow and stay healthy. So they need water, they need light, and they also need things to keep them healthy. Plants make their own food. Plants need air, light, and water to make their food. Let's look down at this picture. All plants need the same things. So whether it's a plant that's down by a river, or if it's a flower out in your garden, they all need the same things. Plants need water to stay healthy. Water moves nutrients through the plant. Water helps the plant make food. Then water moves food to all parts of the plant. What does water help a plant do? At this point, you can look back in the words or think back to what I just read to answer that question. Some plants need a lot of water. A cactus needs very little water. So right here, this is a picture of a cactus. It's green and it has some red in it, and these are little spikes. So it says this cactus uses its waxy covering to keep water in. So it just needs a little bit of water, and then the waxy covering keeps the water in the plant for longer. So it does not need that much. So where might we find cactuses, boys and girls? Think about that. If you said a desert or a very dry place, that is the right answer. Air and light. So I bet this whole couple pages is all going to be about what air and light do for the plants. Let's read on. Plants need air to live and grow. Plants do not use air in the same way that people do. Plants use air to make food. They get air through their leaves. If you watched the Brain Pop Jr. on parts of a plant, you already knew that. Great work. Fast fact. Plants help people. They give off oxygen, and people need oxygen to breathe. So if you didn't know, plants are super important for us, boys and girls. Here's a caption to our picture. These plants are healthy. They're getting everything they need to live and grow. We can see that there's air. We can see that there's light coming up from the sky in the blue sky. a plant gets no light, it will not live. Plants need sunlight to make food. The leaves of a plant take in sunlight. Then the leaves make food. How do plants use air in a way people don't? If you said that plants use air to make food and people don't use air to make food, that's the right answer. This plant has sunlight. It is making food. So boys and girls, what do you think would happen if I took a potted plant that I had outside on my front porch and I put it into my closet for a few days? What do you think would happen if it's not getting that sunlight and air? Parts of a plant. Plants have different parts. Each part has a job. Each part helps a plant to live and grow. Most plants have roots, stems, leaves. Some plants have flowers. So if we look at this diagram, we know that the roots are down underneath the soil. It's pointed to these little white looking roots down here. The leaves are the part that comes off of the stem. The stem is this long tubular looking part of the plant, and the flowers on top. Last week you had the option to draw a part of a plant, so if you did that, this should look very familiar. Most plants have roots. Roots hold the plant in the soil. Roots take in the water from the soil. They also get nutrients from the soil. Main idea and details. Why are roots an important part of the plant? Well, if we look back, it tells us roots hold the plant in the soil. They take the water in from the soil and they get the nutrients. And we knew, based on what we read in the beginning of the book, that plants need nutrients. So that's why they are so important. Fast fact. We eat the roots of some plants. Carrots and beets are roots. Did anybody know that? That the plants or the vegetables that grow underground that we eat, some of them are actually roots. Here's a label pointing to these roots. So sometimes we see roots that are teeny tiny, and then other times roots of trees and other big plants are stronger. They look like they're actually like a log or a stick. This tree has many roots. These are all the roots. Stems and leaves. Plants have stems. Stems hold plants up. Stems move food and water through plants. Some stems are green. A lily has a green stem. Some stems are woody. A tree has a woody stem. Here's our stem of our tree, or a tree trunk, other people call it. A tree has a trunk. The trunk is the tree's stem. Most plants have many leaves. Leaves use light and air to make food for the plant. All leaves do not look the same. Every kind of plant has different leaves. What do leaves use to make food? Well, if we look back up where it talks about leaves, it says, leaves use light and air to make food. Here are the leaves. Some leaves change color in the fall. So in the fall time, we know that's another name for autumn, and that's when the leaves change and a lot of trees lose their leaves and they fall to the ground. Other parts of a plant. Some plants have flowers. The job of a flower is to make a fruit. Fruits hold seeds. Seeds grow into new plants. Name the parts of a plant. So think back to what we read and maybe on a piece of paper jot down the different parts of a plant. Fast fact. Sticky yellow powder inside of flowers. This powder helps to make new plants. Does anyone know what the sticky yellow powder is called? Pollen is what it is called, and we will be seeing a lot of pollen these days coming in Georgia because the pollen sometimes gets really bad around here. It's that yellow, powdery stuff that sometimes lays on top of our cars or things that are outside. These flowers have a job to do. They make fruits. Summary. So this is going to give us a quick overview of what we read. Plants need many things. They need air, light, nutrients, and water. Most plants have roots, stems, and leaves. some plants have flowers. Roots take water and nutrients from the soil. Stems move food inside the plant. Leaves make food. Flowers make food. Fruit holds seeds. New plants grow from seeds. These plants have everything they need to live and grow. You can see there's a lot of green, so that means they are healthy and they are living. And here's our glossary, so I'll leave this for you to look through if you have any questions of what these words mean. Flowers, fruits, leaves, nutrients, roots, seeds, stem, and sunlight. So I hope you guys learned a lot about plants and things they need to grow and the different parts of the plants and why they're important. I would like for you to write 3 things you learned two interesting facts and 1 thing you have a question about. All right, boys and girls, thanks so much for listening in to our Observing Plants. Can't wait to see the 3 things you learned, the 2 interesting facts, and the 1 thing you still have a question about. Talk to you guys later. Have a wonderful day.